Hey, I'm Justina from Linguistic Adventurer, and you're listening to Curious Introverts' Journeys into English and Beyond, the podcast where people like us find our voice and connect through meaningful conversations. Each episode brings inspiring stories from guests who turn their quiet nature to a superpower while mastering English. No small talk here, just deep, authentic chats to help you improve your English and embrace who you are. Let's get started. In this episode, I'm excited to have Kasia with me. She's a landscape architect from Poland and one of my former students. Kasia joined my classes last year, determined to reconnect with her English. And guess what? In just 12 sessions, she overcame her fear of speaking English. Now, this amazing woman, who once barely spoke a word of English, is brave enough to join me on my podcast. How amazing is that? We dive into her journey with English, tackling perfectionism, and learning to just go for it. Let's hear her story. Kasia!
Hi.
Nice to see you. How are you? I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah. And how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to see you because I don't remember when was the last time I've seen you. Was it beginning of the year or last year?
I don't remember too, so it is difficult to say.
Yes, okay. But definitely last year. But Kasia, can you maybe tell other people where you're from? What do you do? So people can hear a little bit more about you.
Okay, so my name is Kasia, and now I'm living in the center of Poland.
Okay.
I can say also that I was studying at university in Olsztyn, but it was a very long time ago.
Do you mean you studied English or you went to study something else?
No, I was studying something else, and it was a landscape architecture. English, it was my subject during studying. Yes.
Okay, so you had like an English class probably once a week or something like that?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And did you learn English before? When did you actually start? Because some people go for private classes. Some of us, many probably of us, we are forced by school. We have no choice.
No, no, I was learning English only at school, and then teachers, I think they was focused only on a grammar. We didn't speak a lot. It was very difficult for me. So I think that last time when I learned English, it was maybe 10 years ago, yes? And last time, and then I was thinking about this, oh, maybe I will start to learn English. And then I found you.
Yes. So when was the thought that you were like, again, so probably you were learning the last time at university and then you had, oh, maybe I can learn English, but why did you start thinking like this? Was there something or maybe somebody that you were like, yes, I can maybe start again?
No, I think that languages could be very useful in our life. So maybe when we are traveling, maybe in the future when I would like to change the work, I think that it could be useful for me and I can also develop myself.
You can help in many people think that we need it for work and stuff, but the thing is you can only use it like to watch your favorite TV show. You maybe don't even have to use it for work if you don't want to.
Yes, but
I like it's work, move to another country, but I know people, they don't move anywhere and they still use English in their own country. And some of them watch football, some of them watch cartoons, some of them watch YouTube in English, different things that they like.
Yes. Last time I also was watching YouTube and cartoons in English, and I could learn very useful words can be used in life. So I think that this is not very difficult language in cartoons.
Yes. When I moved to England after university, I was actually au pair, so I was working with kids. And I think that also helped me a lot not to be shy and to not be scared, because otherwise like, oh, maybe I didn't say something correctly. Maybe somebody thinks I'm stupid because I said something like in the wrong way. But the children, they don't care. So I learned so much because also they use a more simple language. And I think it helps a lot, as you said. But are you using English at work or no?
No, I don't use language at my work, but maybe I don't know, but I like learn languages also. And so I think that I can learn more and it can be useful for me in the future.
Yes.
I feel stress all the time
Yes,
when
I know
I'm
it's
speaking
normal.
English because I have in my mind this that maybe I don't know a lot of words, what term I should use
Yes.
when I'm speaking, but how you learned me in the classes. I don't need, should know how to speak in English and know every word, yes?
Yes,
Well,
exactly. Because we are not like
yes,
a dictionary. But as you say, yeah,
yes.
it's, look at you. You come here. You're the first of my students actually to accept the invitation for my new project. So you are very brave. And when we are talking, I can see that you want something more for yourself. And I thought that you maybe use English for work, but you don't. But so I see, as you mentioned, that there is something that you think English can help you with, even if it's work or maybe personal life. Then you also mentioned you were learning German, I think you were saying. That was it at school or?
Yes, I was learning German, but it was also also maybe 12 years ago. Yes.
So at school as well.
I remember, I think that it looks the same
So
like
it's the
in English lessons. We only made some exercises in the book, and it was focused only on a grammar. And we learned a lot of words, for example, 10 or 20 words,
yes,
which we should learn for the next lesson. So,
or a test or something, and then
so
we don't
test,
use it in
yeah,
life, right?
exactly. So
Yes.
it's very, very similar, like in English lessons.
Yeah, so I think it's the old school method, but it's interesting to see because I have students coming from language schools, which I would think, oh, maybe it's changing, it's more modern, but they come from those language schools and they say the same thing. We get a book and we do the same thing. And they go for
Yeah,
years to
exactly.
language school and they still don't speak. They do the tests, listening, words, grammar, which I think is good because obviously it can help you. I always think of a language like kind of maybe a sport or something, or like you go to the gym. You, Kasia, you are doing, I think, in the gym, what you were doing, Zumba or something else? I don't remember.
Yes, I am also a fitness instructor.
Ah,
Yeah, now I will start new classes. So I found a new job,
oh, did
I
you?
can
Oh, wait,
say.
wait. Wow, tell
So
me more. Uh-huh,
no, but this is for a start. Yes, it will be in a different school
uh-huh.
after my basic work,
Sure.
architecture. Yes, and I will have lessons.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
and
Kasia,
it will be a
so
fitness
much
classes.
happened. We haven't talked and then we were texting and then I felt like I was talking to you and then as if this happened overnight.
Yes, but
Strange.
it was happened maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. So
Yes.
exciting.
Yes,
Are you excited?
yes, I'm excited because I think that in English, yes, I think that I can't close to myself, yes, and I need to open for new people. And yes, I think that it could be the good way for me.
Yes, I see you all smiling, so it's good. And it's also, I feel like a wise move because you're doing your day-to-day job, landscape architecture, and then you can see how that goes. If you like it, maybe you don't. Then you always have kind of plan B. Yes, because
Yes.
I was asking about the sport because I always compare learning English or any other language, either like a baby starting to walk or maybe like a sport. So I always say, imagine you go into the gym and you are telling your client, oh, let's read how to do press ups, right? You have to go on your hands, you have to do this, and they read it,
Mhm.
but they never come to the gym to actually try doing the press up. Probably the first one, your hands, your arms are too weak, and maybe you're not able to do it. So I always say, okay, we can read all the grammar, all the words, but then you have to go and open your mouth, listen, make
Yes.
mistakes, try again, and then have fun and be like, oh, okay, next time I can speak a bit more. Oh, this time I understood more. I could make a sentence. It's perfect. I didn't only just read some words from the book. Yes.
Yes, I think that we should try something new in our lives, and it could help open up for different situation and in our life. Yes, so like in English, yes, I always have this problem to open to speaking English in my mind. I always have this that maybe I'm not sure if I use some words, if maybe if someone could understand me, very stressful. We don't use this every day.
As I say, it's the muscle. We need to train it, but it's very normal. I had, that I speak English, Russian, some Bulgarian. Now I'm learning Georgian. And when I was starting, but I feel you the same because you speak German as well, so or you were learning. So I see in you that there is something more, and I want to try because I know it could be fun. So I always, when I was starting, I was the same. I was like, oh gosh, did I say it correctly? Did they understand me? Was the grammar okay? Do I speak up like my level is too low? Do I speak like a child and I'm like an adult? So you have this chat in your head. But then at some point I was like, shut up and like just do it, because if I don't, like you have to sometimes talk to your brain like this, like just be quiet. Because if I don't, I think it was more when I went for student exchange to Bulgaria for my Russian course. And then at the beginning, I was like, I'm not as good as in English. Probably I make so many mistakes. The word stress I do is like all over the place. But then I stopped myself and I was okay. Justina, listen, you have 6 months in here on a student exchange. They pay you money. This is your first time abroad, because otherwise I only went like for summer job after high school to England for 3 months, I think. And then I was like, okay, so this is your chance. This will not happen ever again. Like you go on a student exchange. Every month you get from the Erasmus program, they give you money for food, accommodation. So you're basically being paid to be here, meet new people, see new countries. So you can't be like this. I'm not speaking because I make mistakes.
Yes.
Then I switched it in my brain and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was talking with grannies in the shops, people on the street, at the university, obviously, because it was Russian. So I was like, oh, okay, I can go to the shop. I can order a kebab for myself or chips and don't have to go on Google. At the time, we didn't even have Google Translate.
Yes, I think that you had a very good lesson, language lesson,
Yes, like in real life, because I was like, if I don't speak now, how many opportunities will I lose? New friends, new places. I can get food. I can go and buy myself shoes in the shop in Bulgaria by myself without the dictionary, because at that time you're like, but you had Google Translate. Sounds like
Google Translate could help sometimes, but I think that this speaking can help us very in traveling. Maybe I know that I make a lot of. I'm not perfect in grammar,
don't worry about it.
And when I'm speaking, I'm thinking a lot. Oh my God, what term I should use? Maybe I have this situation that I can tell, okay, stop now, and trying to speaking. Maybe you make some mistakes, but when someone understands you, so it is okay.
And you can, yes, we like, you talk to me,
you can
I talk
speak.
to you, we understand, we have a conversation, we don't go, no, what did Kasia say? Like, oh no, the conversation is flowing, it's going. You communicate, even it's about speaking, we get the message. And grammar, of course, is important, but even native speakers, we make mistakes. I'm Polish, but when you probably remember in our classes sometimes when we are texting that I'm Polish, I should know Polish, that no mistakes, perfect grammar. But sometimes what I say in Polish is no. If a Polish teacher see me, probably would be like, what are you saying? What are you using? But I don't care. People even smile. What did you say? Or my sister would be like, no, we don't have a word like this in Polish, because I will mix the grammar from English, I will take it into Polish or sometimes throw something from Russian. And she's, no, we don't have it. But it's
Oh,
funny.
I'm not perfect in Polish language also because I
Exactly.
example maths or calculate something
Yes.
or sport. But,
Exactly.
writing in Polish sometimes it was very hard for me.
Yeah, so
So
it's like
yeah,
a perfect example and maybe a reminder if you feel like, oh, my English is not perfect, then you feel like, am I perfect even in Polish? So why should I
yeah,
be in English or German or Russian or any other language? I also
yeah.
try to think like this. I told you, I'm really excited because I see even the fact that you said, because I thought that maybe you need it for work. I have students who come and be like, okay, I need to write emails in English. I need to talk on the phone at work in English. But with you, so I see this is your own initiative. You want to go and try and see if there is something there, and I want to explore it. See, so
Yes, and I think that
amazing.
when we make something often, it also can help us because we don't feel much stress. We maybe feel more able
Mhm.
in different situations, and it is normal for us that we
Exactly.
should speaking in English. So I think that it could help us in our life.
And Kasia, because we are talking about being an introvert and introversion, and you mentioned that sometimes you are not. So maybe can you tell me what do you think? You are more of introvert, more of extrovert, or it depends how it is for you?
Okay, so I think that maybe it depends on situations. I think that I work better when maybe I work like landscape architecture. I need sometimes work alone because I need to thinking about what I could create
Mhm.
for someone. But also I feel better when I with other people. So I like
Ah, okay.
sport. For example, when I will have these classes, fitness classes, and I think that I will feel good with these people when can feel can see that they are smiling and when they will be tired after this. I think that it depends. Yes, I'm also a person who maybe don't talking a lot.
Huh? Tell me about
Yes, sometimes I like maybe first listening someone and then maybe I need a time, yes, more time to know some situations or people who open up more.
Would you say that you are more like this? Because I can give you example. So I feel as a kid, I was often being told, "Oh, you're so quiet. You are so shy."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and I thought like, but I was like that at school. When I came home, obviously I had my three
Mhm.
siblings. I was coming home and I felt like even my family, my grandma be looking at me like, who's this? You go to school. The teachers tell me that, or mom, that you not never raise your hand to answer. You just quiet. You come back home and it's like a different Justina. Like, who is this? But
Yes,
maybe because I
yes.
was with my siblings and I felt comfortable. So obviously I could be my more extroverted, confident.
Yes, I had the same when I have contact with older people
Mhm.
who remember me like a child. They told oh, it was a very shy girl, and they remember that I had a problem to say to something good morning. Yes,
Yes.
but like you said, that at home I open up and it looked different. I had sometimes problem with contact, with relations, maybe
Hmm.
with to speaking with different people. I had this the same like you, and
Hmm.
maybe at this time I can also say that at work maybe we had problem in Poland that we don't make some small talks.
This is
Yes,
like
and
very English. I haven't actually worked in Poland officially because I left after university and my first proper jobs were here. But I think you are right that Poland is more like if you have something to say, you say. If small talk, no.
exactly. When I try to make some small talks, someone could say that, "Oh my God, I don't know, she's strange." What she said. So I like to don't like talking with someone and make my job.
You focus, you
Yes.
do your. Mhm. So, Kasia, do you think maybe being introverted, extroverted? But I think as you said, sometimes you might be introverted. I like time by myself, or then you feel like, oh, now I'm ready to go out and talk with people, be around people, but then I need a break again. So it's like in waves. Do you think being introverted or being more quiet, did it help you somehow in life or even learning English or German? What do you think?
I think that it's sometimes can be useful because maybe it is my strength that I have this possibility to listen someone, and maybe I don't speak stupid things
You
very
mean like just, as we say, talk for the sake of talking. So I just, oh, I talk because I'm around
yes.
people and I should talk because if I don't, then I look weird. Yeah.
And then I don't this situation that okay, I maybe can speak something, and after situation maybe, oh my god, what I said, I shouldn't said something. I think that this is not difficult to be introvert.
So you
This is not.
think you mentioned that it's like a strength. So I want to explore because I also think many people think you are so quiet. Why are you not talking? And I'm like,
Yeah.
at the moment, I don't feel like talking, or maybe I've been talking at work on the phone for last 5 hours and I need a little break to recharge your
Yeah,
head.
exactly.
Like,
So I think that it is normal that we need a break. And yes, we have a lot of people outside. They who can speaking a lot for all the time. But no, I'm not a person like that. And when I have to do something, I need a time for me to on my job, for example. And I think that is my strength, and this is not so bad.
I think it's because everyone, and it's also not to say all extroverts they bad or something. Just we are different people, and we need sometimes different things to help us with the energy or how we are. But I like how you say, and I agree because you mentioned before when you even work and you're introverted, that helps when you are by yourself. You can design that project for your client at work. So obviously, some people like to work in the team and that gives them more ideas. But I also feel like, as you said, when you're by yourself, there is a lot of ideas, creativity coming to your mind, and then you can put it into your project, then give it to the client. And maybe you wouldn't be able to do it when you were in a big team with people giving you many ideas and your brain doesn't even have space to think about something. So I want to ask you, because you said at work, but do you think so we are like good listeners? When we spend time alone, we can get more ideas. So do you think being an introvert actually helped you with English when you were learning? Like this, your listening skills maybe are better. We also, I don't know, like for me, I remember when I was learning English by myself, or even now learning Georgian, I had to write by myself, practice writing, and I actually enjoyed it because I don't know, if I'm learning the alphabet, okay, I watch the video how to do it, but then I can sit by myself, right? And I don't need anybody to sit with me. Just I was practicing writing Georgian letters, but for me it was like kind of like a meditation and a kind of like art. They look like spaghetti on the letters. So just sit. And that was like my time by myself. And I thought, yeah, that's cool. I can learn the words by myself. Then after a few days, I can have a call with my teacher and start speaking. And I feel like it's a nice balance. What do you think? Did it help you with learning English somehow, being the introvert and have the traits that we have of skills, strengths?
Yeah. I think that introverts maybe have it could be difficult, more difficult than from extroverts. When we just thinking about it, I think that we should go out from our comfort zone and try to thinking about is that okay, it could help us in the future. And if I will make some exercises or when we'll just talking more with different people, it could help me to open up. And maybe sometimes it could help introverts to open for new situations and people. And I think that maybe we don't need to thinking a lot. Yes, that we make everything good or say everything good, and maybe we should just thinking, yes, about our future.
The possibilities, as you said, we can
Yeah,
have
yeah,
opportunity. It's exciting. Yes, I
opportunities.
think, Kasia, I agree with you because I feel that yes, for me, if I sometimes it is like getting out of your comfort zone, but I think it's also not like forcing something. I'm also not saying to my students like, oh, if you're really scared, go and do it. No, maybe you need one time, you will maybe say just literally one short sentence, and that's it. Next time you maybe
Yeah.
do a bit more. Also, don't force it. But I think yes, for me also helped me because at the beginning I was scared, but then as I mentioned, then I thought, okay, I can change it, and then I can have a lot of opportunities. So even when I moved to England, but now with other languages, if I go abroad and I have, group of people, strangers that I don't know, and of course it's stressful, but then I think maybe I will find one or two people from the big group I can connect, or I just go with the, I don't know, some people can help me and I'm like on the street or something. I'll just ask even with one word, and then I think I can connect with them. I can get out of my comfort zone because obviously they are strangers, like, so maybe they don't know me. They don't know my abilities.
What they are good thinking about me, yes, that
Exactly, because I don't know if it's
yes.
bad. If I feel like if I travel, if I meet new people, they don't know me. So even if I make some mistake, even if I say two or three words in Georgian, people are like, "Wow, amazing! Are you fluent?"
Okay, and
Just
they are happy, yes, that
yes,
you
of
could
course.
learn this word.
Exactly. Yes, like we make an effort. Oh, this is not your language, but you still try. And it's the same for us. If somebody comes to Poland and they say, oh, they learn one word, and we're like, wow, Polish is difficult. You said this one word, amazing. So,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So we're talking about getting out of the comfort zone as an introvert. So I have a question. So do you think that being the introvert itself, did it help you somehow, like maybe through English, you get more confidence that maybe you wouldn't in Polish? What do you think?
I think that learning English can help me to open to new people because I have this possibility to talking in English with people who I didn't saw. It is also difficult for me. I think that I can get to be more confidence, yes, because
So it does help you.
yes, it helped me,
Uh-huh.
yes, because I can see that when I make more exercises and more
Mm-hmm.
speaking in English, I open for new people and
Uh-huh.
can take or bring me a lot of satisfaction.
Yes, it's pleasure. Yes, exactly. Uh-huh.
Yes, pleasure
Mm-hmm.
that
Joy. Uh-huh.
I can do it. Yes, so
Yes, so you feel, yes, it was difficult, but I tried, and my capabilities and the skills that I'm getting, I am improving. So I have a question. Have you maybe used, because I know that at the beginning you were speaking English only with me, but we haven't spoke for a while there. So I feel like maybe I need to catch up. Have you tried using English outside of our classes or with other people?
maybe I think that it could be now for me. It could be useful when I go for a vacation. But now in the city when where I live, there is a lot of foreign people. They are from different countries, and sometimes I think that this English could be useful for me.
Some of us think that when we learn the language, we need to go abroad, we need to go on holiday, we need to move to the country, maybe work in different country. But to be fair, you can practice English not even leaving your house, but also just going for your weekly shopping and in the supermarket in your own
Yeah, yeah,
hometown, you can start speaking with foreigners.
yeah.
Uh-huh. So did you
Yes, I
talk with
think that
anyone on the street or in the shop, or not yet, but you are thinking about it?
I had the situation. I
Huh?
remember when someone just asking me about where is City Hall or
Yes. Mm-hmm.
something to
Yes, City Hall.
make
Mm-hmm.
to do some documents, and I should try to speak what way. Yes, what way, and
Where to turn,
yes,
huh?
yes, but I
Perfect.
think that sometimes this is very useful, and I don't feel much stress when I hear that someone speak to me in English.
So you feel like it's a change now, like before, I
Yeah.
remember you were scared, but now. Can I ask you, how did you feel like when was the first time somebody on the street in your hometown asks you something in English? Were you really scared or you were, oh, I can do it? it's okay. How did you
Oh
feel?
no, I remember that I was scared. I was thinking that then how I should start to
Uh-huh.
speak,
True.
what words I should use and what
Uh-huh.
term I should use. And I remember our first classes. I was also feel a lot of stress. Yes.
It's normal. Hmm.
Yes, I was thinking that, oh my God, maybe
I will
yeah,
judge you. I will say,
yeah, and
uh-huh.
you didn't understand me what I would like to say. But now I think that I could exercise and this speaking could maybe help me to develop myself. Yes, I don't feel much stress.
Wow, I'm so happy. So when you had this first conversation with a stranger on the street, helping him to find the way to the town
Find a
hall.
way.
So initially you were stressed, but you helped him. How did you feel after? Just right after the conversation.
Oh, I was very surprised, and
Uh-huh.
I thought that I feel a lot of happiness
Hmm.
that I was be able to talking with different people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kasia, you are so full of surprises. I said we were in touch, we were talking even though we didn't have classes, but I said I feel like so many things are happening for you. It's exciting. And with English, it can bring you so much. That's why I'm always like, you see me in classes, I'm always like, go and do it. Mistakes doesn't matter. Of course, you will feel silly. You will feel like you don't know anything, but it's not true. You will feel that at the beginning, but as you say, the more you do it and you feel like, oh, I did it, the person found the town hall, they could get the documents they
Yeah.
wanted, you have them, and you're like, it's working, right? Perfect.
Yes, I know that I should to do a lot of work with grammar and English grammar and
Uh-huh.
to learn new words because my English, I think that is very simple. I use very simple words, but I would like to use words in different level, maybe, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes,
also
but
grammar.
as we are talking, Kasha, that it's sometimes with languages, not even with English or even in life, sometimes you feel like maybe you're making like 2 steps back, but then you come and you're like, oh, okay, I made progress. It's better. I feel better. Of course, grammar, if you need it, we can come like later. Because I know like you're speaking a lot and then now you made a progress, you're actually talking because before it was only in our classes, now you're talking with people on the street and you're thinking already about other possibilities where at the beginning you would probably, if I said, Kasia, go and talk to people, you would probably say, Justina, you are crazy, like I'm not doing this. But now you're going doing, yeah, I want to do more of it because it's fun, I feel happy. And that's what I mean now. I feel like I feel comfortable in speaking. It's not stressful anymore. I can talk to people. I feel happy. I feel joy. So then you can maybe turn a bit more into grammar and feel, oh, okay, now I can do a little bit more grammar because speaking is not a problem anymore. So I can bring my attention to different aspect of the language. So you think like you have a little bit different personality in English now? Because I feel like, as
As
I said, I felt like in Polish, I was quiet, shy, not, I don't like crowds, public speaking, no. But then I discovered English, and I think maybe it was also like a must because I came to England, and the same, if I don't speak, I can go to the shop, I can buy the ticket for the bus or for a train. I can't go to the doctor, like I can't live if I don't use English. So maybe that kind of forced me. But then I even see it with other languages later with Russian, because at the beginning I was also scared to speak Russian because, oh, I have a Polish accent when I speak Russian.
yeah.
Wanna, I was thinking like that. But then I changed it, and even if I have a Georgian class, I think I was telling you. So what can I learn in 3 months? I learned the alphabet, reading, writing, and some words, but then I forget them in the conversation. But then I get like, for me, it's changed because I said I feel more confident, but I also feel like more creative. So even in Georgian, I don't know the tenses. I only know the present one. I wouldn't pass a test if I was to write a grammar test. But the teacher, we communicated. She understood me.
Yes, I understand, and
Mhm.
I feel this satisfaction that you understand me.
Mhm,
And
yes.
yes, what I would like to tell you, and I think that it can open up a lot. It
Mhm.
could be very useful in the future.
Yes, I'm excited hearing. But gosh, I wanted to ask you, you have the introverted traits. So would you have any advice for introverts or maybe just people who are scared to speak English? If you could give them some wisdom, maybe do this, maybe don't do that. What would you
Uh,
say?
Okay, so I can tell you that people who are introverts shouldn't be afraid to speaking in English, yes, because of course grammar is very important, but when we open for new possibilities and we just start to speaking, I think that communicative with different people could be better, and we don't feel much stress when we want to tell something. And we can also see that when we start to talking with people in English who don't work in TV or radio, yes, they also use very simple English. We can understand each other. So I think that we have a lot if in our minds, and we should sometimes stop thinking about our stress. We should focus on speaking with people and don't be afraid.
Yes, because it can be fun, right? But then,
Yeah.
so speaking, and Kasia, what about, because I don't know if I asked you about this, because I felt, I don't know whether it's being an introvert or maybe just being me. We all like different things, but I remember when before I started learning at school, I was reading books in Polish as well when I was a kid, like every day a new book. I remember like in primary school. And then I discovered English and I was like, I don't have English at school. I can't go to private class because at the time was not popular, and also if you could attend some classes, it was expensive. So I was just getting books and even grammar books. I don't tell any book, even boring, I'll be just reading and being crazy about it. So now I'm thinking, looking back, I think we introverts, as you say, we like spending time alone and it's okay, but we also like to talk to people. It's not like we don't. So I felt like the time that I spent in books, writing some words, doing exercises, doing things alone, I think that helped me because I learned some grammar. I learned a lot of vocabulary. Okay, at the time I wasn't speaking with anybody English,
Yeah.
but doing exercise, writing. But now I'm after some time, even we start when I went to England. So I was already like in that time of doing things by myself and not speaking, just writing, reading. I already have all the words from that time and I can now use them. So
Yeah.
have you been learning like the similar way or like writing, reading, like you think it helped you still?
Still, as like remember at school, I had also grammar and writing, and sometimes I remember that I had problem with writing. Yes, when I
Yeah,
had
because
some
like you had
topics.
email, essay, postcards.
Yes, but sometimes I think that we at something and we should to write something. And
Yes.
I was thinking, oh my God, what term I should use when I write about some history. Yes, it was difficult. I remember for me. And yes, but was focused on grammar. We maybe in higher level at school, maybe we started with one teacher speaking. And it looks like that she take maybe one person in the front
Yes.
of
The one
class,
the
and
one that likes English maybe and the rest is like left alone.
yeah, exactly. Yes. But now I think that speaking English is very useful in our life, but I think that it depends what we need. Because,
Yes.
when someone needs to write in at work, yes, maybe they should to focus more on writing in English.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, that's an interesting point because we think that we should know all, but to be fair, as you say, if you actually don't need speaking, maybe don't force it at the time. Maybe later you can do it. But if you're writing emails every day at work, then yes, let's practice writing because that's what you need in life to do the
Yes.
job, get clients, things like that. I was just thinking like when I ask you about the writing, reading, because I remember also as a kid when I was learning by myself, I was doing a lot of writing, but in a sense, like even writing the words, being the introverted, I wanted that I can sit by myself, I can write, I can color the page, and that's how I remember the words. So I think that way of learning that the introverted kind of because I didn't need other people to sit with me and write the words or read the book, I can do it myself. So
Yeah,
then I
exactly.
think like looking back, and I think it was helpful because I was writing the words, maybe even the translation in Polish because that's how we're learning at the time when you start. So I was doing that, but then after the time I know all these words that I was writing or read in the book somewhere or in some magazine or something.
Yes, I think that at the start we should think about is what we need. Maybe choose and select this what we need. Maybe not learn a lot of words, but we should select this word which we could use in the future or
in real life situations. Exactly. Perfect. No, that's a good advice,
yes.
Kasia. Yes. We don't have to learn the whole English grammar. Yes, as you say, maybe you will need, or you feel like you want to go abroad for a holiday, so maybe you will learn some vocabulary and phrases, what to do at the airport when they ask you, or maybe in the restaurant, so you can order food or coffee or cake, and that's what you need. You don't need to have a deep conversation. But as you said, we need to find something that it's useful for you, and then you can apply it and use it in real life right away. I don't need to know all of it. I can know even at the beginning this much. It still works. I can communicate.
Yes.
Right, that's a great advice.
I think that we at the beginning should find this what we need. Just thinking, not learn everything, but start to find the best way for ours.
Yes, I can explore. That's why when the teacher, my account name is Linguistic Adventurer, because I think learning English or any language is adventure. You go there, you should be fun. When you go on holiday, are you stressed? You are more excited. Oh, I'm going there. I've never been there. I wonder what people are like, what food I'm going to eat. So be curious. That's why linguistic adventure, because it's an adventure. It's a journey. It's fun. Sometimes something happens and you have to change things and adjust, but it's still fun. And you have a lot of opportunities, funny stories. we were talking about maybe you can give a context there or talking about not being perfect. So we're talking that when I was at university, I went to Budapest, to Hungary, and we were going out with friends and we were in some bar or something. I see this cute guy. He started talking to me. Okay. We talk in English and then he's saying, oh, I speak German too. And I'm like, oh, I know a little bit of German. And so I just go, oh, how are you? You know, mein Name is whatever. And then I just go, he says, oh, she knows some German. And then I just go, oh, ich bin krank, which means I'm ill. But if I understand Kasia well, it could also, depending on the context, it can also mean that maybe you are not emotionally well. Yes, I was the same. Like, I never learned German. I just heard it from my sister when she was learning for school and watching German TV. So I would just pick up some random phrases. And now I can use it. And he looked at me and I think he smiled and be like, okay, yeah. But I got a date with the guy, so it worked.
Yes. So I also think that we should prepare during learning English or different language that we can have sometimes different situation and we can't sometimes understand everything. We don't have to this situation when we, I don't know, maybe get too much, have too much stress in this situation, but because I think that when we met some people, they can use a lot of different words which we don't understand. Yes, sometimes we can have a lot of strange situations.
Yes, but they can be funny. As I said, you were stressed. What did I say? What did they understand? But then you talk to people and it worked and it's fun. You are happy. So I feel the same now. Even if I was going to Georgia, I said, and I know a few. With the first time I was going, I know a few words. Or even the second time, I wasn't learning at that time Georgian, and I would just say hello. How are you? Then people start talking to me Georgian because they think, oh, she's Georgian, or actually she's fluent. And I would just literally say Polish. I learned literally the word, maybe not even Polish, but Poland in Georgian. And I would just say, oh, Poloneti or whatever. And then I switched to Russian and I said, okay, yeah, sorry, I know just few words. I would like to speak to you, but I only know 5 words. And then people are very helpful. They're happy. They want to talk to you. And it changes the whole. And I said, if I was like, oh no, I need to, when I want to say something in Georgian, it has to be like, oh, I'm like, no, I don't even know the words. I just know few.
Yeah.
It's like fun. And I could have conversation like with older people on the street. They would be teaching me somewhere. I was going to the market, like on the street, and buying some fruits, and then I don't know what is it, and they they literally take the plum and they say, oh, this is this in Georgian. I'm like, oh, okay, now I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Yes, I think that it could be very stressful for us when we don't know some words and oh my God, what I should tell. Yes, but
yes.
you learned me this, that I should to thinking about this, how I can tell without use words. Yes, which I
You
don't
don't know.
know.
Yes. Like you
Yes.
use whatever you already know. And we can be simple, but we still communicate. I understand you, you understand me. That's what we need. That's how we
Yeah.
connect with people.
But yes, but I hope that in the future maybe my English will be better, and I think that I would like to learn more and grammar during this speaking, and I don't need to learn writing now so much. In my first place is speaking maybe, and to learn grammar, because I would like to better and use grammar
Progress over
better.
perfection, right? You make little
Yes.
steps. But then, Kasia, I wanted to interrupt you because you said writing is not important. I know that speaking is more important, but now I think, because remember, Kasia, at the beginning we were texting in Polish, and then I said, Kasia, do you want to try texting in English? And you were like, yes. So now when we communicate
Yeah.
outside of classes or we chat in English, we use writing and you use grammar, to communicate also writing, texting, which is form of writing, but we're not writing any essays or emails.
Yeah.
We texting, we're sending messages.
Yes, this is very useful, and these short messages for me. But I don't use now English to write maybe some essays.
Because you don't need it.
Yeah, I don't need it. Yes, maybe some mails could be useful, so like these messages for me.
It is because do you think, because when I suggest this to students, first they are like, I'm not sure, but that's my way of also preparing my students to switch from thinking in their native language. So like for you in Polish, because I know that's how we've been taught, that I translate every word into Polish. And so for me, when I do it, it's to help you start thinking in English. And then you also, when you start thinking in English, then you do the sentence structure, the grammar, you already unintentionally doing that even when you're writing. So just saying, you're already doing grammar. And so do you think that by texting, when we were texting in English, do you think that somehow also helped you with your speaking or thinking in English a bit more?
So, yes, I think that every steps which I could take in English could help me to develop, but sometimes when I make some exercises in English grammar, it could be difficult for me. And in this situation, start thinking that, oh my God, what term I should use? Yes, maybe when I read some exercises, sentences, and it could help me to learn more new words.
Yes, exactly.
Because yes, maybe I sometimes don't know what word or what term I should use, and I don't make this correctly, but I knew words.
Exactly.
Yes, should translate to understand some sentence.
So that's what it is. I always said I like your attitude because you are always very open-minded and curious. So, okay, so I can adjust it. And then even if maybe I'm doing something that maybe I don't like, maybe it's not useful for me at this time, but then you try to take something good out of it. As you say, oh, I want to do this grammar exercise. Maybe it's difficult, but then you're like, I can learn some new words while I'm learning some grammar. Maybe I will use them later when I speak to someone. And I think that's amazing because it shows you are creative, you are curious, and that will help you. We already see it's helping you a lot. You made some changes and you are happy and excited about it. Oh, Kasia, thank you. Nice. And look at you, you coming to my interview chat. You do it in English. We talk for so long. We could talk even more.
Yes, I feel the same, and thank you for this invitation. Yes, for this
I'm
chat.
really happy that you join, and you're very brave because I know it's not easy. It might look like this, but it is stressful. And coming on the video and other people can hear your story and maybe you will inspire them. You've been scared, but you went and did it, and you're happy.
Yes.
So thank you, Kasia, and I hope to see you in future classes, or maybe just talk or hear about all your new exciting adventures. journeys that you're going
Yeah. You learned
embark
me
on.
a lot of, yes, in classes, and I could open into speaking in English. So
I've done my job.
thank you very much.
So now I know, what I do, it has sense and meaning, and that's why I'm so crazy about it, because I know people like you, and you're just one of these people. But I know I want more people to be like this, and know that, as you said, you don't have to know all the grammar, writing, whatever. No, the advice you gave, I think, is amazing. That just pick something that you like, that you need, you will use, it's helpful for you, and just do even little small step. So thank you, Kasia,
Yes, exactly.
for your wisdom and for your chat. Bye, Kasia. See you.
Bye.
Can you relate to my guest story? Let me know in the comments. If you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends or anyone who might find it helpful on their own journey to embrace their quiet personality. I'm here to help you with English learning, whether you want to connect with others or turn your dreams into reality. If you'd like to leave a review, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the show. It will help me reach more people like us. And don't forget to check out my Instagram at linguistic.adventurer for more tips on learning English, or to ask about my one-to-one classes or group courses. Thanks for listening, and until next time.